You ever wonder why your virtual try-on app makes you look like you're wearing a cardboard cutout? Or why those AI stylist recommendations are just so off? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on how to fix fashion AI. And it all comes down to a dataset called Fashion 1K. Let's dive in.
I mean, really think about it. You see a cool shirt online, you hit the try on button, and boom. The sleeves are weirdly long, the fit is all wrong, and the whole thing just kind of floats on top of your picture. It feels clumsy, right? Because frankly, it is. And there's a really specific reason why.
Now, our first instinct is to blame the AI, to say the algorithm is just not smart enough yet. But that's not really fair. It's kind of like blaming a world-class chef for a terrible meal when you gave them rotten ingredients to cook with. The real culprit, the thing holding all this tech back, is the messy, chaotic data it's been trying to learn from. And this isn't just a small glitch. It's a huge problem across the entire industry, what you could call the AI fashion headache. It's this fundamental issue with how we've been attempting to teach a machine about something so visual and detailed as the clothes we wear. In fact, the creators of this new dataset put it perfectly. They said that trying to train an AI on all those typical street-style photos, the millions of pictures we see on social media every day, it just gives you a massive headache. And here's why that is. Okay, imagine you're trying to teach an AI what a single, perfect rose looks like. But instead of a clear photo, you only show it pictures of a wild, overgrown garden during a storm. The AI doesn't just see the rose. It sees the other flowers, the weeds, the blurry background, the weird shadows. In data science, all that extra distracting stuff is called noise. And for an AI trying to understand a shirt, a busy background, or a person in a strange pose is just noise that confuses everything. And this, right here, is the heart of the problem. What the AI needs to learn are the nitty-gritty details of a garment, its exact shape, its texture, the way the fabric falls. But what it actually sees in most photos is just a chaotic jumble of people, places, and products all mixed together. It's like trying to learn how to cook by watching a food fight. You might see some ingredients, but you're not going to learn the recipe. So if the data's the problem, what's the fix? Well, you don't just go looking for better data. You have to build it from scratch with a completely new philosophy. And that's precisely what the team behind Fashion 1K set out to do. And this is where the game really starts to change. Say hello to Fashion 1K. It's a brand new dataset that was meticulously, deliberately designed to eliminate that noise problem we were talking about. It's clean, it's focused, and most importantly, it's completely human-free. So what really makes Fashion 1K a breakthrough? I mean, what's the secret sauce? It all comes down to three incredibly smart and simple principles that totally rethink how an AI should learn about clothing. All right, first up, it's human-free, and this is huge. There are no people, no faces, no arms or legs in these pictures. This forces the AI to focus only on the clothes themselves, not the person wearing them. It just neatly sidesteps all those tricky variables like body shape or skin tone or a weird pose. The AI learns about the shirt, not the model wearing the shirt. Second, it's outfit-centric. Fashion isn't about just one item in a vacuum. It's about how things work together. So instead of showing a random t-shirt, this dataset presents complete, styled looks. The top, the bottom, and the shoes, all paired up. This is so important because it teaches the AI about context and compatibility. It learns what actually looks good together, which is the whole point of styling. And last but not least, zero noise. The images use these two really specific photography styles. There's flat lay, which is just what it sounds like, clothes laid out perfectly flat on a clean background. And then there's ghost mannequin, where the item is on a mannequin that gets digitally removed, so the clothes look like they're floating. Both of these create these absolutely pristine, flawless images that make it super easy for an AI to analyze every single stitch and seam. Okay, so we've got this perfect, sterile, clean dataset. The AI can finally see clothes clearly. What does that actually mean for us, for the real world? What can we do now that we couldn't do before? Well, this kind of clean data is basically the rocket fuel for the next wave of fashion tech. We're not just talking about slightly better apps. We're talking about a genuine leap forward for things like virtual try-ons, for generative AI, and for the whole e-commerce experience. So let's circle back to that virtual try-on, or VTON. With data this good, the whole process becomes incredibly precise. You give it a picture of yourself, you pick an item, and because the AI understands that item's shape and texture perfectly, it can realistically drape it onto your body. No more of those clumsy, floating, distorted messes. You get a clean, realistic preview of how it would actually look on you. And it goes way beyond that. Think about generative AI. You can now train these little specialized models, things like LoRa's or control nets, on very specific styles, like maybe just 90s grunge flannel shirts, without any other visual junk getting in the way. And for e-commerce? Oh, it's a total game changer. An AI trained on this can automatically tag products with insane accuracy and could finally become that true personal stylist that we've all been promised. So when you strip away all of the noise, all of the distractions, what are you left with? You're left with the pure, fundamental language of the clothes themselves. And starting from that point is a much, much more powerful way to build artificial intelligence. And that's really the big takeaway here. The future of fashion AI isn't about writing slightly smarter code. It's about giving that code better ingredients to learn from. This perfectly clean, focused data, that is the foundation for everything that's about to come next, from the way we shop to the way we create. And that kind of leaves us with this one really fascinating question. We spent this whole time talking about an AI that can finally understand clothing on this deep structural level. But once an AI achieves that kind of perfect understanding, what happens when it starts to create? Is it just going to design new clothes? Or could it design entirely new ways of thinking about fashion itself? Now that's where things start to get really interesting.